Bar, 26, was taken into custody a day after Laken Hope Riley, 22, who went for a run on the University of Georgia in Athens. Oh, man, I partied so hard in Athens so many times. But, arrest made in the murder of a woman on the UGA campus. And, it's and you see the comments in the live chat, obviously, when you go to the live chat. Close the border. Time to start putting Americans first. This was first-degree murder. He should be tried. I mean, what is the point to keep arresting these kinds of guys if only they're going to be released again and again? He's been arrested 3 times and released 3 times. What? 4 months ago. I mean, it's wild. Joe doesn't care. He just wants his ice cream cone. I mean, I don't know about all that, but it's like you have to think about these things. You know what I mean? These things are impacting people's lives. Families are being impacted.
Ginger Daddy. So, I just want to SWE you dance and shake your milkers. Do it or Gillette.
You're talking about something serious right now, and you're being a fucking moron. Okay? Talking about my milkers, I'm talking about someone who passed away. Are you insane, Moo? Like, do you know what timing is? Anyway, maybe there's a little bit of a delay. Okay? Maybe we can give you the benefit of the doubt. So don't be disrespectful. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, obviously. I'm just saying, I used to think that borders were like goofy. Like, oh, borders, wait, what? But clearly we need a stronger border. And again, I have historically been left-leaning. I think we all know that. I don't think that's a secret. I have never tried to hide that. But, I mean, we need a border. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in general, I'm just trying to be a, even person here. Not an even person, but like a objective. I'm trying to be objective, and not biased. It's important that we don't surround ourselves with just people that we agree with. It's good to have people that challenge your opinions around you. Because if you have your opinion challenged and your opinion crumbles really easily, is that opinion that worth? Is it like, should you really be so like steadfast about or dug in about the opinion if it is so quick to crumble if you aren't unable to defend it? What happened to humility? What happened to just being a decent person? What happened to listening to other opinions? That's what makes society function in a cool way, I think. It's like being able to talk to different kinds of personalities, people with different backgrounds, different histories, people that have experienced all kinds of different things in their lives, that have given them different unique perspectives that you haven't had, so you can learn from them and obtain information from them and apply it wherever you deem necessary. I'm not saying that you have to agree with people that you disagree with. You don't have to do that. That's a fascist kind of thing. It's a democracy. It's America is a constitutional republic. It's not even really a democratic. Like we have a democracy, but it's like really more. I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I've heard. Something that I've heard. I don't know. Maybe it's not a constitutional republic. Can someone fact check me in the live chat? Is America a democracy or a constitutional republic? Can someone in the live chat fact check me? I don't even know. So disregard all those comments. But the point is that we should, we should chill on being so divisive with each other, and we should try to hear each other's, opinions, even if you don't like someone, even if someone's like, if you're a Democrat and you see someone rocking a Trump hat, don't be so quick to, I don't want to talk to you, fuck you, you're a racist, you're a Nazi, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't get us anywhere at all. It just seems stupid and counterproductive. I used to be one of those people that was like, you're an asshole, fuck you, you racist fucking white male pig. Now I'm not like that, and I think that's a good thing. Maybe not everyone's ready to do that, you know what I mean? I am not a Trump supporter, I'm not a Biden supporter anymore. I'm kind of indifferent on the matter. I don't have a dog in the race, so to speak, no pun intended, well, I guess pun intended, in the presidential race, and, I just kind of, I don't know. I just think having fights like we have had the last 8 years is petty and childish and beneath us as Americans. I think that we can, make good moves and change and become better as people, as a nation, by learning to listen to each other and hear each other out. You don't have to agree with the person that you're talking to, but you can at least try to understand where they're coming from and build an olive branch, extend an olive branch, and try to find some ways of, coming together, building bridges, because we'll get a lot more done if we come together as opposed to when we're fighting each other in Congress, up in the House of Representatives, all that. I mean, when you're constantly back and forth fighting each other, how do you get things done? You can get a lot more done if it's like bipartisan, if it's, across the board, if everyone agrees on things. But that's unrealistic. But you can still, try to find similarities instead of just differences. I am not a fan of Trump. Okay, I'm still not. I do think that Trump looked better during tonight's debate, even though I'm not a fan of this. Joe Biden did slur a few times. His age was showing. Both of their age was kind of showing at different points, but Joe Biden, I think, more so than Trump. I mean, objectively speaking. And again, not a fan. I feel like I need to keep saying that when I'm talking good about Trump. Because I've spent so long bashing Trump, celebrating his failures and being kind of goofy at certain points. I don't know, in retrospect. Again, not a fan. But, I gotta be honest. It's Trump looked better tonight, in my opinion. And, that's just it. That's all I gotta say on that, really. I mean, I could say more, I could ramble on and on, right? That's why I stream. But, Trump looked better. I think Trump won, the debate tonight. If you want to call it a win, I don't even know what I mean by won. I don't know if anyone really won the debate tonight. But, I do think that, objectively, I think that Trump looked better. He looked, a bit younger. Not that, does that even matter? I mean, they're both old as shit. Not to be an ageist, but, I didn't like Biden throwing out. And I thought they both looked stupid when they were fighting about fucking golfing or something. That was stupid. And like, who gives a shit? This is an American presidential debate. Why are we listening to 2 old dudes in their late 70s and early 80s argue about who can drive a golf ball further? That is so embarrassing and goofy, and it makes our country look goofy when we have our 2 chosen representatives, one of whom will be running the nation, the leader of the free world, arguing over fucking golf. Who fucking cares? Like, who cares? Who gives a shit about your golf game? What I mean? Who really gives a shit about that? But, we have people, starving in the street. We have homeless veterans. We've got so many other problems at the border. Why are you 2 arguing over who can drive a fucking golf ball further? That's so stupid. But anyway, that was a ridiculous moment. That'll probably be something that gets memed on. So, something for the meme culture. So there's that. But also, I didn't like when Trump and Biden also, not towards both of them again, I didn't like how they weren't tackling the child care issue. They weren't talking. Some of the questions that were being asked weren't answered. I mean, like, what are y'all talking about? You're not answering the moderator. I mean, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, who cares? But, like, it's just, they weren't answering the fucking questions, so that's stupid. So I don't think that's a very good look. I think that, it would have made, like, if Biden had been like, what are you talking about, Trump? Let's answer the question. Childcare, that's an issue. We need to talk about. Like, you could have been like, what is this guy talking about? You're asking about childcare, and this guy wants to rant about 2020s, blah, blah, blah. Look, it's 2024. That's 4 years ago. We gotta move forward. We gotta do things to make the country better. Yeah, it's a mess, but we gotta look to the future. We gotta talk about what we're gonna do. We gotta talk about what we're gonna do now. And as far as childcare goes, as you asked me, let me address that, and I'm gonna address that right now. Blah, 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 blah. Like, that's how you could have done that. You could have made your opponent look goofy when they're rambling about who fucking knows what, when the moderator just asked about childcare, which is the question that's clearly, I guess, I don't know how they pick the questions, but is it about Americans are concerned about childcare? Okay, well then let's answer that. They were just talking about nonsense. Well, not nonsense, but they weren't talking about the thing. But anyway, I just saw a lot of people in the live chat, Brooklyn, and a few other people were talking about childcare and how they weren't answering the questions. I saw that a couple times in the live chat tonight, in our live chat. I saw that people were like, they're not answering the questions, they're not answering the questions. So, you know, clearly that's an issue. They weren't answering questions. Well, it's not an issue, but I mean, it's an issue if you think it's an issue, but whatever. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah. I hope that you all had a good night. And we had a couple people commenting. I don't know if Cameron, do you want to play them or? There's a bit of a delay, but yeah, if you don't mind playing the things that way I can read what people said, then
Cameron!
Captain Base Pants has been a member of the Rotten Eggs for 15 months in a row. Thank you, by the way, Cameron. I'm actually really interested to see how the Biden campaign.
I'm a fan.
Hold on. Read the comment first. I would like. Okay. Hey, Moo, I'm not showing you my fucking milkers.
You
Shut
know
up,
Ginger
fucking
Daddy.
milkers.
I just want to
I'm not showing
SWE
you my
you
fucking
dance and
milkers,
shake your milkers.
Shut up,
Do it
shut
or
up,
Gillette
shut
in your cage. I run this class now.
Idiot. Brass Bus. No, you don't run the fucking class. Shut up, Moo. I don't like you. Brass Butt. Hold on. Captain Base Pants has been a member for 15 months in a row. They said, I'm actually really interested to see how the Biden. I already read this. Cameron, why did you play that? I'm actually really interested to see how the Biden campaign / left-wing media will spin this. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to spin that. Biden didn't look very good, objectively. And again, not a fan of Trump either. Brass Bus donated 2. Hello, Brass. Copper on the lighter side. Hey, I edited this video. Is this version better? I may change Giga to Trump, to be honest. It's a Vimeo link. Okay. What is this now? I'm not playing this. Oh, okay, what the fuck is that? Is that Giga Chat?
What the fuck?
Never send me that shit again! Do not send me that fucking video! I don't want to see Giga Chat having sex with anyone that I know. It makes me uncomfortable and I don't like it. So go fuck yourself, Brass. Titanium Taxi donated 2. Hello, Titanium idiot. Hey, when's the Wheel of Torture? Booty Ball Busting Festival. Okay, I'm not doing a fucking Wheel of Torture stream. Go fuck yourself, idiot. Okay, I actually am doing a Wheel of Torture stream. We'll see. We will see. I will do a Wheel of Torture stream. Only. No, I'll talk normally. I will be doing a Wheel of Torture stream, unfortunately. And we will schedule that soon. That will be scheduled soon. Okay, Titanium, go fuck yourself. That was ball busting me. Okay. Major Only super chat to him said Balder Copper 2024. Yeah, I would never pick Joe Biden. I would never pick Harold Balder as a running mate. I would probably pick Cameron, but Cameron's a British citizen, not an American citizen. I would probably pick. If I wanted to run as president, who would I pick as a running mate as my vice president? I would probably pick a woman. I'm a feminist. I would probably pick not Michelle Obama, someone that I know. I would probably pick. I'd pick Aubrey. I'd pick my wife. Well, no, she'd be the first lady. Can a first lady be a vice president? Has that ever happened before? I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, you know what? Maybe I get someone who I don't agree with. Maybe satirist. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's see here. Who do you think is winning the debate so far? People overwhelmingly voted Donald Trump. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I know that these streams have typically a mostly Trump audience. Even though I'm not a fan of Trump, you'll have majority of. I've noticed. I mean, only an idiot wouldn't notice that most of you class clown people are Trump voters. Because a lot of Trump voters are stupid. Well, let me not say that. Let me not be a disrespectful person. Anyway. Yeah. So I mean, 141 of you have voted so far. Trump is overwhelmingly winning, at 84%. Let's do a poll. Who's going to vote for? Who are you going to vote for? Who, as of now, who will you be voting for in 2024? Okay, Trump, Biden. I'm just curious. And there goes Trump, 100%. Okay, a lot of people are voting for Trump. Okay, yeah. Okay, 15 people. We got some Biden voters. Okay, that's probably Brass Bus and Titanium Taxi, like 2 people. Yeah, well, okay. Well, clearly most people, the majority is with Trump. Even if it's just like 20 or 30 or 40 people, I mean. Yeah, Aubrey's my wife, Major Onich. Also, thank you again for the super chat. That's very cool. It's your first ever super chat on a live stream. That's fucking awesome, and I really appreciate it. I'm very honored to be the first person that you've super chatted on the stream. That's really cool, man. So thank you very much. You know, that $2 is actually very generous, especially in this economy. You know what I mean? So I actually really do appreciate your generosity. Thank you. Very kind of you. And everyone else who's donated, thank you as well. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's stream. We've been streaming for over 2 hours, and it's 10 o'clock p.m. And yeah, a couple of little updates. I've been losing weight. I lost 11 pounds so far. I haven't weighed myself in a couple days, but yeah, I've been eating less and I've been running every single day. I actually did 2.5 miles yesterday. It's funny. Well, it's not funny, but I ran 2.5 miles. I ran 2.57 miles, so a little over 2.5 miles. I burned 200 calories on the treadmill, and I run every day. And I was on the treadmill for 49 minutes, so I had the treadmill speed at about 3.5, so like a really fast walk, like a brisk, power walk. I wasn't like sprinting. I wasn't sprinting or running. All right, I'm pretty chubby right now. I'm not running for an hour straight. Okay, I was like fast walking, but I'm doing what I can until I can run. But it's messed up because I got off the treadmill and And a lot of the water weight, a lot of weight when you first start working out and like running and eating right, you'll lose a lot of weight immediately, and then it'll slow down. A lot of that's water weight. This isn't my first rodeo, folks. I've lost 100 pounds before. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know my way around the gym. If you don't remember Iron Cab, well, feel free to go on YouTube, search it. You can refresh your memory if you need to. I know my way around the gym. Anyway, but a lot of it's water weight in the beginning. If you start slowing down weight loss wise, don't get discouraged. It happens, and weight fluctuates. It's how it is. It's a marathon. It isn't a sprint. But as no pun intended. Speaking of sprinting, I was on the treadmill. I get off the treadmill. I take a few steps. Okay. Again, I got new running shoes. Did over 2.5 miles. Fine. I get off the treadmill. I take 2, maybe 3 steps. I roll the shit. Pardon my language. I roll the crap out of my ankle, my right ankle, and now it's swollen, like properly swollen. I'm not gonna put my foot on camera, but it's like a proper swell. And I was limping out of the gym. I tried to play it cool because I didn't want to look goofy at the gym, but I was like properly in pain. And so now I couldn't run today. I didn't go to the gym today. Yeah, that sucks. But I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow, and I'm just gonna focus on weightlifting. And I can maybe try to do the bike. You know what I mean? Is it called an elliptical? I think I'm gonna try the bike. Maybe that'll be less pressure on my ankle. For some cardio, maybe some light cardio. Take it light though, because I really want this to heal. I don't want to keep irritating it. Aubrey put ice on it last night and used the cast bandage to wrap up the ice pack around my ankle where it was swollen. Because Aubrey's got her multi-state nursing license. She's a real smart woman, and so it's cool having I'm married to a nurse. So that's cool. Yeah, it does suck. I appreciate the kind words in the live chat, you guys. I'm not making this up, by the way. I really have been losing weight. I really have been running every day. Yeah. It is what it is. I had gone to the doctor recently, and they said, "Oh, look at that. You've lost 10 pounds since the last time you were here." They were like, "You've lost a whole newborn or a whole baby." I'm like, I thought that was funny. I told Aubrey, she was like, that's a little morbid. She was like laughing. She's like, I understand what they're saying. It just, seems a little morbid the way it's put. Like, you lost a baby. Anyway, like 10 pounds. That's what the nurse was. She was joking with me. When she weighed me. But yeah, they were really proud. They were happy for me that I finally started making smart decisions and losing weight. And yeah, I just I figured it's time. I'm 31. I'm not 71. I'm still young, plenty young. And I don't want to spend my 30s fat. I don't want to pay in my 40s for my mistakes of my 30s, when I'm in my 40s and 50s. I don't want to have like diabetes. I don't want to have sleep apnea. I don't want to have struggles, because it only gets harder to lose weight. I figured it's time to really finally get serious about it and stop talking about it, instead doing something about it. Instead of just talking, get to walking. I mean, literally get to walking, being more active, getting on the treadmill and walking. And so, I had to get serious, and I actually am not making this up. You can ask Aubrey. I've been going to the gym every day, kicking butt at the gym, hitting the treadmill. I haven't started lifting weights yet. Like I've said, I'm being honest. I wanted to focus on running and doing cardio for a week first, and then I was going to, after I got my rotation, kind of finding my flow again at the gym, getting used to going back every day, making a habit of it, then I would start adding the weights on as well as cardio. But for the first week or so, I wanted to just focus on cardio, losing weight, watching that, number on the scale drop, getting in a good headspace about it, getting motivated, seeing the weight drop, because sometimes when you're working out and lifting weight, at least from my experience, it seems like the weight the number goes down less fast because, weight, muscle is weight as well. And I can get pretty bulky, muscle wise. I mean, I get pretty, when I get toned, like Iron Cab. But I wanted to just cardio for and I could be wrong. Maybe the weight doesn't drop slower. Maybe the number doesn't drop slower. I don't know. That's just how I remember it. But the scale. It's not really about the number on the scale. It's about getting in shape, and eating healthy and losing fat, body fat, and building muscle and eating protein. At least for me, when it comes to getting in shape, working out wise, it's not always about losing, having that number get smaller, because you can be 6'2" and be 240 pounds and look fantastic. You know what I mean? If you're working out, that body weight will shift, and you can look terrible at 240 pounds. You can also look great at 240 pounds if you're if you're muscular, and that 240 pounds is coming from being toned and muscle instead of body, tons of fat, and flab. So it's really, you gotta work out, and get your body moving. I mean, it's easy to be sitting around all day when you got computers and screens all around you, and distractions and laziness all around you. And food is delicious, but a lot of food can be bad for you. A lot of processed foods, a lot of high sugars, a lot of doughy bread, a lot of carbs. I mean, you can pack that shit on easily, especially here in America. I read something the other day about the food pyramid being a scam, which may have led to a lot of the obesity here in America, where they were like saying, "Oh, bread, you gotta eat lots of grains and breads." I didn't know that. I was like, what? And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. If that's true, that's scandalous. Yeah.
It's the food pyramid, which turns out is a pyramid scheme.
The average American now carries 23 extra pounds.
Heart disease and stroke will claim the lives of 460,000 American women.
Prostate cancer is now the most common cancer in American men.
Diabetes.
Life-threatening.
Louise Light and her team proudly submitted the new guidelines to the USDA, but they rejected it. And instead, they released a modified version that was so perverted, it was almost unrecognizable from the original.
11 bowls of cereal a day, 11 slices of bread a day.
While meat, fruit, and vegetables, those disgusting foods now only made up a tiny portion of the recommended diet. And the public just blindly followed along.
Anyway, it's just crazy. Like, you really got to go out of your way to research things and like do your own research. That's so important to do. Don't just like go with like a headline. Like when you see an article, don't just read the headline and base your opinion on it. Read the article. Make sure it's, from a proper source. Don't just base your whole opinion on some lazy like, oh, I saw a tweet earlier that something to do in the Middle East is that. And so that's, wow. No, you know what you should do is actually research it if it's something that you actually care about. There's so much misinformation out there. But anyway, and it can affect your weight, it can affect your body, it can affect your mentality, the way you see the world, your perspective. Don't spend all day doom scrolling on Twitter. Get off the internet. The internet is not the real world. Go outside, skateboard, have fun, live your life, enjoy the sun while you're young. Go out there and enjoy having your legs beneath you while you're young and you don't need a crutch or a walker or a wheelchair, God bless all of you. I hope that you all live, to be 150 or, well, realistically, like 100, and you're able to cut your grass even when you're super elderly. I want that. I want everyone to have good health their whole lives. But, we get old and our weight or our age starts to catch up with us. So take care of your bodies now so that you can have those, you can reap the benefits of taking care of yourself at a young age so that when you're older, you don't have things like diabetes and things like that. So that's why I got to really, well, not why, but like, yeah. So it's important to take care of your body, especially when you're young, but also have fun. But anyway, when you can get away with it. And not get yourself or just get in trouble, But I'm going to stop streaming here. I hope that all of you have a great night. God bless all of you. God bless everybody, regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum. And I'll be streaming tomorrow. And much love to everybody. And, yeah, take care. Join the Discord. Come hang out in the voice chat. I'll be in the voice chat right as soon as I end this stream. I'll probably join the voice chat. And go and hang out with some people in there. There's a few people already in there, just hanging out. There's Allie and Trey and Lil Copper, Sam. Shout out to Sam. And yeah, love everybody. Everyone, should love everyone. And love thy neighbor. Yeah. Take care. And don't take everything I say or I said tonight too seriously. Just, disregard whatever. I don't know. Or don't. And I'll see you tomorrow. And, yeah. Peace out, y'all. Hope you have a great night. Take care. Discord.gg/CopperCab. Links in the bottom of the description. Thank you, Bunny, for linking it in the live chat. I will say I had a lot of fun streaming tonight. It was a really good stream. I really enjoyed it. I want y'all to know that. You were wonderful. I really do appreciate y'all not interrupting constantly and harassing me with the bot tonight. I think that we all objectively, even if you're a fan of mine or you're a hater of mine or a supporter, I think the term fan's kind of cringe, but if you're like a friend or a supporter, I think we all wanted to hear what the Joe Biden and Trump wanted to say, or what they would say. So I'm glad there wasn't so much bot abuse tonight. That's actually really cool. You know what I mean? It was actually really refreshing. I don't think that that's going to be the same thing for tomorrow's streams. I'm sure we'll have more bot abuse tomorrow. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Have a great night. Get good sleep. Eat some good food. And take care, y'all. Peace.